liberty, particularly as depicted by Eugene Delacroix's Liberty Leading the People. In this 1830 painting, a powerhouse of a woman holds a French flag in one hand and a rifle in the other. She is no victim of wardrobe malfunction. Her two bare breasts affirm her bravery and symbolize the wholesome truth of democracy. But the work embodies a high-pitched irony. Despite their pleas and manifestos, women were denied the right to vote, own property, control their earnings, and gain entry to education. This liberty is a decoy, a fictitious female who helps keep actual women in their place. While Liberty's bosom fused politics and aesthetics in novel ways specific to 19th century nation building, the shape and size of her breasts were nothing new. For millennia, the European ideal has been roughly the size of an apple, whether it was the medieval crab apple or the Baroque Bramley. With the significant exception of gloriously busty Hindu goddesses, beauty was associated with modest breasts. After World War II, the ideal American boob started to inflate. Was the megabust a perverse offshoot of the hypervisualization of the body, brought about by pinups and Hollywood movies? Or was it the embodiment of a gender-polarizing ideology that sought to push women back in the home when men returned from military duty? During World War II, when American government propaganda incited women to help with the war effort, Rosie the Riveter had flirtatiously feminine eyelashes, but a barely visible bosom. Big breasts, as Rosie suggests, get in the way. They're a pain in the ass. Since my new set arrived, I've been banging them into door frames, passerby in crowded streets, and men in elevators. Without full sensation, I often don't know until it's too late that my numb nipples are poking into strangers, or worse, familiars. Prior to reconstructive surgery, the only time my boobs had been unwieldy D's was postpartum. I recall breastfeeding in the middle of the night, pondering the etymology of the word nurse, feeling connected to an ancient sisterhood of life givers. Stupid with sleep deprivation, I also spent many hours empathizing with cows, puzzling over the existential strangeness that humans are called mammals when only women have mammary glands that make a nourishing supply of milk. In an androcentric world of man-made classifications, which generally emphasize the superiority of men, why this anomaly? Male breasts are decorative, but useless. Indeed, for centuries, evolutionists pondered the mystery of the male nipple. Although nothing made me feel more like an animal than breastfeeding, the act did not come naturally. It wasn't quite an exhausting servitude, as Simone de Beauvoir once wrote, but it was certainly a duty. Breast milk, I read, was liquid gold. It would bolster my baby's immune system, lessen his chances of allergies, and possibly even increase his IQ. Having been raised on fresh produce and home cooking, I was suspicious of the powdered fast food called formula. With my second child, a girl, I developed a bad case of mastitis, an infection that resulted in recurring fevers and green secretions. For a month, I pumped with a handheld device and cried over spilt milk as I threw the expressions of my left breast down the drain. Due to the infection's persistence, I was referred to a specialist, an older English gentleman in Harley Street, London. When I removed my heavily padded nursing bra, my jugs were so engorged that one of them shot out a jet spray of milk, hitting him on the collar. He was not amused. In his profession, he must have been sprayed before, but he acted like it was a uniquely grotesque affront. Why are lactating women simultaneously virtuous and distasteful? This doctor was a relic, but at least he recommended antibiotics rather than puppies, which, in the 18th century, were sometimes placed on the engorged breasts of women with childbed fever.